There's a very large financial institution that we did a POC with recently, and their big problem was corporate onboarding. This is where you have a very large client, money-wise, not necessarily weight or mass, and they want to buy loads of financial products from the company. And those are, first of all, low throughput, meaning that you only get a couple of them, maybe a week, right? They're all completely different and follow completely different things they want to purchase, locations, and where they're from, and all sorts of different factors, which means they have to go through a whole litany of different checks and insurances and all sorts of stuff. And what ended up happening was they would have to have people who really knew the procedures and really knew the law to really understand what they were able to do. But also that took forever. So their big problem was lead time. It would take like a long time to complete these. So what they built was they built an agent where if you give it this stuff and you ask, give me a plan of action to make sure I can make this corporate onboarding run either as fast as possible or have a least communication to the customer as possible, because they don't want to bother the customer very often. They want to ask them for documents multiple days in a row. So the agent basically has a bunch of tools that allows it to check up all this legislation, to validate where the person is from, and maybe they have to show an ID, but they also need an ID for this particular thing, and they gather it all together and they say, here is the path you should follow, here are the things, the procedure you should follow in order to get things open the fastest. So do it in this order, get these documents up front, blah blah. And then the other one is, okay, we've ordered it so that you basically send 2 requests to the customer maximum, and here's the order in which you can do everything to make sure that you're going to have all those requests done. And this was so important and so difficult to do up until now, but an agent does it really easily. And you then shrink the lead time by about 75% on this onboarding. But it's these really the place where AI seems to really be a big differentiator is these relatively low throughput but high value use cases.